Have you ever turned on your Viavi or JDSU TBerd 2000 and right up in the upper corner you get that 01012000 and the time is 0000. What an irritation. Stick around, I'm going to show you how to take care of that and fix it for good. Hey, Keith Van Wimmer, VanTek Consulting. Today we're going to be talking about a TBerd 2000. This is one of the platforms that we use and for our everyday OTDRs. We're talking about the system clock. Now this guy here, this little clock up here, what'll happen is, that's what timestamps all of your OTDR shots, things like this. So again, if you go out and you're doing some testing and a customer or your boss or somebody wants to know when the OTDR shot was taken, they look at it, they look at the file, the SOR file, and what does it say? It was taken at, I don't know, midnight 02 minutes and January 1st of 2000. What's happening is there's a little rechargeable battery that's gone bad. It's no longer taking a charge, and we got to fix that. You're going to need, again, a couple tools. We're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, T5x40 little Torx. You'll also need a good soldering iron. Don't use something like a soldering gun or, a Weller, like big old, 90-watt soldering iron. Have something that has temperature control because we're doing soldering a pretty small part in here. All right, so you don't want to be burning through other things. So the first thing we want to do is obviously get this out of the boot. And we'll go ahead and power this down. Make sure that that's off. And while that's shutting down, we're going to go ahead and take off the module. So again, this is a 2000 platform with an OTDR module on it. So a couple screws here. You just pop these screws, loosen them up. Make sure those are loose, and then that just pops off and set that off to the side. When you take off the battery door, there's a little clip right here. Just push that in and just push it in. Get my big fingers out of the way and pop that up. Now, be careful with that. I have actually taken out the entire battery mount, this plastic mount right here. The next thing we have to do is right at this point here, you may have a sticker here that says, obviously, if you tamper with it, you're going to go to jail. Not really. What it says is you'll void your warranty. So before you go poking holes and stuff in this, if your machine is under warranty, don't do this. Also, this is a good place to stop. Since you've gotten this far, let's make sure that we're clear. We are not responsible if you totally hose your OTDR platform or your platform, okay? Don't do this if you're uncomfortable soldering components onto circuit boards. If you're not confident enough in your skills to do this type of operation, don't do it. I'm just going to say don't, okay? You can't hold us liable or responsible. I'm just showing you how to do this. So if you screw it up, and if you do, you can break the entire platform, so it's not going to be usable. So again, go with caution. That said, cautionary notes, weasel clauses out of the way. Let's go back to work here. So we're going to take out this screw right here. And what this screw does is inside, don't lose that one. Inside here is our VFL. You might have a VFL power meter module. That's what holds this guy in. And so at this point, we can take this and push the module out. And that's how that comes out, okay? So this is all that is. It's just got a little connector there. So put that off to the side. So we're at the point where we're going to take the back off. There's 4 screws that we have to take out, and these require the little Torx T5x40. And there's 2 holes at the top, 2 holes at the bottom, the inner holes. There's 4 holes down here, and the inner holes are the Torx screws. These outer holes are for the to secure the module. So we'll go ahead and pop our screwdrivers in here and undo these. Okay, so we've gone ahead and we've loosened up our 4 screws, the 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. And you just grab this on the sides here and kind of wiggle that up. And that should pop off. And so we're going to set that aside, leaving the screws in place. So here's the culprit right here, this little guy. And he's the one that's causing us all the problems and having us have to keep resetting the time. So what you're going to do is, I've already done this one. I've already soldered it on, so I'm not going to show you how to solder it. Again, if you're not comfortable, nothing is, at this point, you haven't done anything yet. So, but if you're not comfortable doing this, don't do it. All right, just don't. Now, what I'll do is I'll take, if you have some non-conductive screwdriver or non-conductive tweezers, you can kind of grab this little battery, it's dead, and hit it with heat on the 2 conductors and lightly pull that up, and then it will pop off the board. Now, that said, there's a couple of times on a couple of our platforms where the trace is actually lifted. Okay, that happens when you're doing PC board reworks. You can lose a trace. This right here, that solder point, is the ground that goes to this solder point. So if you lift a trace, then you're going to have to, right there, that's the one that's always lifted. You're just going to have to do a bridge there. Okay, just a really fine wire bridge. Fix that. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. So again, do be extra careful with this. You might want to put a little flux on there. Make sure after you've done that that you do some flux cleanup with a little bit of alcohol to make sure that we're not getting any corrosion. Dry everything out. All right. And once that's all done, let's go ahead. We'll pop this back together, and then I'll show you how to walk through and set your clock. These are coarse thread screws, so they kind of like sheet metal screws. So they're a little stiff going in. Just don't over tighten them. Just snug them. That's all you got to do on there. We've got the back on, so we're going to put our module back in. So if at some point in time you wanted to change a module out of one platform and put, let's say, this one has a power meter but no VFL, and I wanted to swap a power meter VFL, you could just take the back off, do that one screw. Again, just pop this back in carefully. Okay, and then you'll feel a little, there's a couple little prongs there that you got to kind of work in, and then you'll feel it kind of sliding in there, a little resistance. The other thing you can do with that is put it in before you actually put the back on, and that way you don't have to slide it or push it in there. But either way, just be careful with it. We don't want to bend pins. This is a standard machine screw. Just tighten that up. Again, you don't need to torque it down to 90 pounds or anything like that. We got the back on. Battery, pop that in. Your battery pack. We'll pop the plug back on. Make sure we do that so that everything works. Snappy, snappy. There we go. All right. Back door. Don't watch these. Make sure that those are tucked in nice and neat. That's on. All right. We throw on the module. If you haven't put this module on, there's a couple hooks at the top. Pop that in and slide that down. Your standard screwdriver, a little screwdriver, just screw these in. Bada bing, bada boom, done. That's it. Okay. So at this point, go ahead and start up your platform. So once you change this battery, during the boot process, you're going to notice there's some little weird things happening. First off, this emblem up here, the little battery charging emblem, is going to have like a little dot on it. And that happens, I believe, because we've unplugged the main battery, right? And so that's showing that it's recharging, basically. I don't know that for 100%, but after these have sat for a while, then that goes away, okay? So, again, our time is incorrect here. It's 18 minutes, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit our home key. So, go to the home button, you go to your settings. Once you get into your settings, on the right side here, there's a button here that says region. Just push the region. This is where we're going to select our language. We're going to select our time. So we highlight that, say edit number. And today we'll just clear, again, you can hit the clear button. So we'll clear that. And today is 0307. So /07/2023. enter. So we're going to go to our time, edit our number. The time is 1:22, so we're going to click that. We're using a 12-hour format, so 13:22. And then make sure that your month date, it's going to be, these typically run down in like a European standard where they do the day, month, year. Whereas, obviously we do it on our month, day, year. Make sure that you're putting in the date the same way that it's showing down here. So month, day, year. All right. 24-hour clock, whatever. And we're done. That's it. Once you exit out of here, we have the correct time up in our little clock up in the corner here. And every time you shut this off and turn it back on, that time's going to stay correct, and you're going to get the proper timestamp on all of your OTDR shots and won't have to manually manipulate those and put that in every time you want to do a report. All right. I hope this was helpful. Again, please don't do it if you're uncomfortable with doing this. So that's it. Save yourself some money on a repair. Anyway, we'd like to thank all of our subscribers, and especially all of our new subscribers. If you're joining the channel for the first time and haven't subscribed, we'd appreciate it if you would consider mashing that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you get notified of the new videos. We promise we won't flood you with a bunch of them, but it's nice to know when they come out. Until next time, we hope you're all safe, and thanks for watching. See you on the next video.